Yo yo yo! Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let me stop. First, let me dedicate this review to my favorite scream queen, Victoria De Moore. Let me just say, I interviewed her last year, not once but twice actually, because so I really thank her for that. And the reason why I want to review Jaws and give her that shout out because Jaws was like one of the scariest movie of all time to her. So it's a pretty cool interview with her I did. Hopefully one day I'll do another interview with her and maybe other Scream Queens down the road. But besides that, Netflix have all the Jaws movie 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And I grew up with all four of them, but to be honest with you, I like Jaws 1 and 2 the most. So, but one being my favorite, of course, the original. And I'll talk a little bit about part two. Like what makes part two to me why I like that sequel. You know, Jaws one. To me, I never consider it as a horror movie. I always consider it as a suspense thriller. You know, mystery type of movie. Because the movie is like about 2 hours. And when you think about it, in an hour you don't really see the shark. So it mainly is just built up on mystery and suspense and thriller and your own fears. If they say where's the shark coming out? What does the shark look like? And then when you get to the second hour, the shark finally appears. Finally shows his face. Now I think the movie was like that for the first hour because if you remember the documentary, the story, they had problems with the shark, like with the mechanics of it. So maybe that's the reason why. So people had to work with their imagination with the shark, but it works well. Like something that, like when the production's stuck, you try to find a way to make things work, and it pays off. And this movie is a living proof of that. And this is one of the movies that definitely affected my childhood. I was scared of sharks. I was scared of the water. Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? That shit scared the shit out of me. But anyway, and plus we got likable characters in the first movie. Like Richard Dreyfuss, the captain of the ship, the old captain. He's old school versus the new school. And that's the movie. Let's talk about the movie. Let me just get to the point. It's about this small town. You got this cop who's a sheriff, played by Roy Schneider, legendary Roy Schneider, and mysteriously, you start finding out that there was a shark attack. And Roy Schneider's trying to tell the mayor, "Hey, look, there's a shark attack," and then the doctor that worked on the body starts saying something different. Because the mayor's kind of greedy, you know what I'm saying? The mayor, like, he don't want to close the town, close the beaches, because they have this big tourist attraction happening, and they need the beaches open. Suddenly, the sharks start killing people, and when the shark finally kills somebody, then the Russian's character start waking up the mayor's like, look, this is real, wake up. And then you have your cast of characters, you have the ocean scientist, marine biologist, played by Richard Dreyfuss, and they're just trying to find a way to catch the shark, stop the shark, find more about it, and then when you get to your second half, when they end up like, what, this is getting out of control, and the mayor finally gave up, so he finally Roshan's character was finally able to hire the old captain, who has an expertise on killing sharks, to help him out to go in the ocean and kill the great white shark once and for all. And the ending part of the movie when they have the cat and mouse chase between the shark and man, has to battle the shark, but the shark also has its ways of turning the tables around them, And I thought it was good, There was a good moment in this movie, And it's no spoilers, but everybody knows how this movie ends. So anybody who have not seen that movie, I won't take it away from you because you always gonna get that awesome moment when Roy Schneider just cuts that shark out. That's a cool moment. And then we get Jaws 2, right? It's a sequel to it's a true sequel to the first movie, and you got the kids, they're all grown up now, and the shark comes back this time, killing divers and killing people that's in the ocean, of course. And then as the movie progressed, Roy Schneider's character realized, oh shit, the shark is back again. When they saw a killer whale getting eaten up, half eaten up, that was offshore, and he got this old camera when the first scene in Jaws 2 when the divers died. It's like this camera came to the shore, and I think the camera came to the shore, if I'm correct, or unless the chef deputy found it on the ocean. I forgot about that scene. Sorry about that. Um, Sorry, I got problems with my PC. Uh, Apologize. Um, Voice Nice Cat started looking at these photographs and he saw the shark's face and realized, oh shit, this great white shark is back. And of course, we got the mayor. He doesn't want to close the beaches down because you got this investor guy. And there was a scene when Voice Nice thought he saw the shark, but he didn't, and they kind of went against him now. Now everybody thinks he's kind of crazy. And then later on in the movie, you got his kids going on the boat right where they go with their girlfriends and their college and their friends. I don't know if they were college friends or high school friends. I'm not sure, but they were old, so I say they're college guys. And they get on the boat, having fun. And then the shark comes up trying to attack them, And the woman, that young girl who's the out of towner, yo, she's an awesome scream queen, bro. I don't know if she's a scream queen though, but she's a good screamer. But you really felt for her character, like, oh shit, you know. But Roshan's character found out his kids are out there. He has to go save the kids against against the great white shark again, and then what makes part two a little bit cool was the ending again, like the first movie. But the first movie was much more better, of course. But the second movie, I kind of like the ending, how he had to stop the shark, and it was kind of silly and stupid, though. But still, it was a moment that you could never get out your head because it was like dumb. But all in all, Jaws 2 was actually enjoyable, and I just want to end my review like this for now because Jaws 3 I wasn't a fan of. I always thought that was stupid. Jaws 4, I think it should not have never happened. I don't like what happened to the kids in the aftermath in Jaws 4, even though they're all grown up now. And it's like in Jaws 4, they make like the wife took over the role because Roy Schneider, I guess he didn't want to do it, or maybe he wanted more money because he was alive around that time, though, if I'm corrected. So something was up with that storyline. If Roy Schneider was in it, maybe I would let it slide. Maybe I would just review Jaws 4, you know. But I'll stick with 1 and 2 because those are to me most memorable to me. Anyway, see you later.